There we go. I do believe we're live, so I'll say indeed. And greetings unto you, beloved and holy friends. There we go. What a dear pleasure it is to have you here again on another day worth of progress. That is our centering thought, at least. We're talking about progress today. The progress that has been made and us showing up day by day in this space is definitely something to feel good about. But also, hey, Kristen, it's nice having you. The progress that all of us are making in our lives, right? In general, that the more progress we make in our lives, the more perspective we gain, the more progress that can be made in other parts of our lives, including ones like these, right? Almost like a Jenga tower of progress. I'm thinking about the fact that Jenga is supposed to be a game where you keep taking blocks away until it falls over. No, no, we'll just keep progressing, surely, in a straight line upwards. Totally. Today's stream topic is about all of the ways in which progress shows up in our life. Upwards. There's probably a different word for that. Regress. Yeah. Yeah, regression. All I know is that I'm here to make some progress. The progress that I made today is in going to a dentist. The dentist did a thing. She first checked out my teethies, let me know that yes, in fact, I am supposed to get some of them removed. Man, has my streams been glitchy like this for a long time? I'm gonna listen to this quickly. I'm gonna have to mute myself probably. Did a thing. I don't know if it's just the illusion of the fact that I was watching in that very moment, but for some reason, while I tried to play it, there was no glitches whatsoever. So back to the story. Went to the dentist. Dentist checked out my teeth. Let me know that yes, in fact, they do need to be removed. Let me know that I'm gonna have to have more removed than I thought I did, because I do have more wisdom teeth than I thought I did too. Apparently, I do have these back two wisdom toothers that are going to be removed as well, because apparently they just keep growing until they reach something to push on. Ideal, to say it in so many words. But now that I've gone through that process, I've had my x-rays done, there is progress to getting it removed. I'm like if you see me like buffering, it's because she recommended that I have my top two wisdom teeth removed as well. And I don't know if I want to. That's where I'm at right now. I don't know if I want to have them removed. But apparently they have to be. Okay. I think I see what you mean. Apparently, those back tooths, if they don't have anything to push on, they'll just keep growing down and down and down. And then it's like you have a row of teeth, and then one of them is just like that low, right? Like that, and then it goes. And then this one, you know what I mean? So we got that done. And then while she was in my mouth, this is just as yikes to me to talk about. And she was like, oh, you have to have a cleaning done again. And I'm like, yes, in fact, it's true. Last time I had a cleaning done was when I was 16. Can do. Would you? And she was like, yeah, bet. And then I had my teeth cleaned as well. So I feel like I have teeth. That's what I feel right now. So I'm very aware of my teeth having. And I'm happy that there is some progress in this pursuit to get the bad one removed. The x-rays also showed. I wish I took a photo with my phone or something of the actual screen. I should have. But the x-rays did show that this tooth has like roots that, like, instead of being like that and then the tooth is like my hand, they're like this. They're like literally like curled up on it themselves, you know, like literally like that. Which explains the excruciating pain I'm going through at some point. Hmm. Yeah, progress. So many ways in which to progress. The fact that it took me this long to progress with this little side mission, you know, like I've been on this side mission before, and then I I went on different missions, you know, to the friends who play games. You can kind of like highlight your side mission. You can nee, dankie. Nee, nee. I don't know what's happening out here. There seems to be a kerfuffle. So if you play games, you'll know that there are like main quest lines, and then there are sometimes side missions. And then in certain game interfaces, you can like highlight the quest that you want to do in this instance. And then that quest becomes like your main objective in that instance, and it will populate your mini map with directions and stuff like that. And this is a side quest that I had and didn't complete. I didn't get the achievement. And now getting closer to actually just not having to have to deal with it anymore does seem like something I want. Just get it done. Thinking about the progress humanity has made in that front as well. How 1,000 years ago, what can be done, right? Maybe I'll have to suffer some other trauma. Maybe I'll just have to suffer with the fact of the matter that it is something that I'll have to deal with. Some people die. People used to die. People just like got infections and died. Womp womp. And we've made some progress to not have to go down it like that. Yeah, 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 sweeties. Nah, in personal space. It's my personal bubble. Huh. I just did I? No, I didn't. I thought I spotted a passenger on Pippi. Playing some bite face. My sister walking past. Another day of progress. You know what I'm thinking about right now? I'm thinking about Mojo. Mojo reached out to me to ask me if I could send them but Mojo is gonna have this printed on a piece of wood. I think that's the plan at least. Let me see. Mm-hmm. That's nice. Love is true. So Mojo sent me a message to start with, going, "Hey Mel, I have an idea for printing one of your flowers in large format. Not sure if it's gonna work yet. Still investigating. The vendor says the image has to be approximately 4,000 by 4,000 pixels. Can your images be output in that size? The print would be a 26-inch circle." It's gonna be the bigger 26 instead of the smaller 26. Still gonna be sizable. So the image has to be pretty high resolution. The image I want to use is from day 769. How big is your scarf? Big. This is one of my bigger ones. Big enough to cover my legs as well, so I don't have to give you the I have skin treatment. But it's not that big in this vector. Let's see. Yes. And then I say, oh wait, I hope my plan works. It will look awesome. And of course, I would pay you for the file. Let me know what you think about the image size. Mojo, this is so cool of an idea. My newest pieces are 4,898 by 4,998 pixels. Checking on day 76 now, and it's one of my favorites. I have the full piece at 4,072 pixels. So it'll be nice and high res. Would you like the cutout file or the original full form one? Joe, but I was thinking that Shadow. I found out last week that apparently Timu print custom 12 by 12s are like 8 taras. Yes. And then you don't know that they're good, is the thing as well. Right? Like getting really good images, getting really good printers, because my images are really crispy, right? When it comes to pixels, like they've got pixels. That's massive files. Yeah. God damn, that's an amazing price. Wait a second, did I miss some? I'd like to get one printed on metal, I think. Displayed? Is it displayed? I don't know if they do custom ones, but I know Displayed makes the metal ones. Looks like a monk's overalls. That's sick. I was thinking that Shadow found out last week that apparently Timu prints custom 12 by 12 for like $8. That's not too bad, but still, like scale. That's a massive file. It is. It's like 50 megabytes for an image. And maybe some people don't know what files are sized at either. When I used to download my own music on my BlackBerry Curve, I got it with BIS, BlackBerry Internet Service, which was basically free, infinitely internets, but it wasn't that fast. You got like 386 kilobits per second up and down max, so it wasn't that spectacular. But you could download a song, and at that speed, it would take you about a couple of maybe like a minute to download a song, and a song would be between 800 kilobytes and about 3 megabytes. You'd be like, yeah, yeah, this is about the size that I can expect my song to be at. These images, right? All right, just that image is pixel sized. There it is. I don't know if you can see that. It says 49.46 megabytes. I can't see on my on the screen, on the other screen. Yeah. For okay, maybe I can give it like this as an example. An HD movie, all right, which is 24 frames in a second, all right, and is 1080p. You'll expect to download that for about 1.6 gigs. Wouldn't be that surprised if you get that kind of size. So it takes 25 of my flowers to be the same size. Maybe it's 30. 10 is 500, so 20 is a gig, so 30. Yeah, like 30 of my flowers is the size of a full movie. That is kind of trippy, isn't it? Right? You get to watch. Let's do the like rough math. Let's say a movie's runtime is 2 hours, right? 2 times 60 times 60 for seconds. Then you times that by 24. So you'll get like 172,000 images frame by frame. And then audio is encoded in that movie too, right? Tech and mimicry. 72,000 images. And about 30 of my images is around the same size. Hey, you sweeties. The doggos are like running up against me and stuff again, being them silly selves. That is a massive file. It's pretty sure Redbubble does it. I learned your family as a print company. No. Uh, no, I don't think so. That I get to use. I would love to work for a print company though. Same. It would be fun working for a print company. Oh, but nonetheless, we can chat. I feel like we're still at the conclave. I don't think we ever leave that environment technically. The environment of people coming together is one that kind of continues existing. It is something that I choose to create. You got one of these. Just took a tick off of the. You got one of these, yo. One of these was eating us. Melt should hire me as a background DJ. I'll totally jam some drum and bass right now. Yeah, unfortunately, if you play music on these streams, YouTube copyright strikes your media, right? Like all of my conclave streams have been copyright stricken, so it's not exactly something you want to do. Play music on stream, unfortunately. I'm just gonna. All right, I'm sure that. Take it, okay. Oh, it's because Melt is still at conclave with the bracelet. Yeah, it's true. I'm keeping it on for symbolic reasons, right? Like as soon as there is a certain conclusion that happens, then it will come off of me. But I'm keeping it on to continue the magic. Or it's because Melt. Not it's true. That would hit the spot. It would be Meltfest every day. I only play public domain sounds. That could be one way. Uh, like I think one of the things that's also like a little bit of a miss is the Melt should hire me to be a background DJ. You know, and like realistically speaking, realistically, this is just me trying to like drive home a point. Bruh, what's up with you? Okay. Um, public domain drum and bass. Yes. Boom. Background DJ. I am joking, of course. uh, more from the perspective of like, bro, like I don't earn enough money to pay anybody. I'm an expense. You see what I mean. You see what I mean. What do you think I earn doing this? What do you think? What do you think my take home is with YouTube? God. Do I look rich? Do I, how does one look richer? Hey, really? Even if it's original music, it's copyright stricken. Oh yeah. Well, if the person whose original music it is signed of a label, yeah, pretty much. Unfortunately, copyright gestrikken. But original music, if it's just like if you're gonna like just like jam out on a guitar, that won't get copyright stricken. But if you play anything that's not yours, and that person's music is owned by any label, and they hear you play that music on YouTube for more than 8 seconds at a time, and they're like, "Ah, your entire stream is ours. Actually, we've deliberated amongst ourselves, and we've decided that your work is now ours because there was 8 seconds of our song in your 2-hour live stream." Oh yeah, that makes perfect sense. It exists and it's great. Copyright stricken, public domain music, Kazantip. I don't even know if any of these are copyright free. I have literally searched verbatim copyright free drum and bass. Like here's one that's literally labeled copyright free drum and bass, public domain Creative Commons music. And then I hit play on this. This is really slow drum and bass. Holy shit. Holy, like the booms and claps are like years apart. That's not drum and bass, yo. Maybe this is drum and bass. Yeah, that's drum and bass. But I don't know if I like any of that. You see, back to programs. Budla brother supporter. It is nice having a supporter as a brother. A brother for a supporter. Budla, bless ya. Why not use stuff from Suno? I found. Maybe it is. Let's actually do this quickly. Maybe it could be in some places there. But I've tried. It's not good at making electronic dance music to the point where I'm like, okay, this is good and usable. Right? I've never thought about dancing to Suno music, for example. Muskan is here again. Bless your friend. It's nice having you. So synthy beep boops are fair game then. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, you can synthy beep boop. You're having ideas on that side, Joe? Or maybe you're thinking about your friend. I think you are thinking about your friend. He could totally do background music and synthy beep boops for me. You think I should? I mean, I do have an extra mic, and I can technically use my receiver. That's Technobabble 4. I can direct line in music into the stream, which is more Technobabble 4. Sound good. If I put music on stream, it will sound like another feed, like another channel. It won't sound like it's being recorded on a microphone. Yes, articulation. Start screaming. Suno Cytrons. Let's do Suno drum and bass since we're on that fractal. Suno created drum and bass track. Let's see. You see, drum and bass is a little bit easier when it comes to being made by AI because drum and bass is pretty simple. Still pretty cool. I won't lie. It's pretty cool. How's everyone? Even better when you're here, Muskan. Nice having you. Technomancers unite. We got some breaks. Yeah. You see, like drum and bass is one of those genres that I like listening to if I'm busy doing something. Right? If I'm like really I'm getting something done, I'm like, okay, task 1, task 2, task 3, task 4. And it has that loop, almost like creates. Boom and clapping, 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 boom and clapping. Right? Where Psytrance takes you on a little bit of a journey, takes you on a trance, right? Literally. There's like so many Suno tracks here of all different genres. Like if I read down the genres, it goes a cover, a 1950s cover, more 1950s covers, then there's kids music, then there's rockabilly, then there's swing jazz, Warhammer 40K, then there's Baroque, and then there's Japanese positive, rap and hip hop and vaporware, hip soul, funkadelic. Okay, let me hear what that's about. this sounds this gives me uh like 21 Pilots alongside like reggae. It's so slow. We're high on the P-Funk, yeah. Feeling the groove, gonna make you move. Where the party never ends. The baseline hits hard like a cosmic blast. The funk in our veins, it's a feeling that'll last. Elevating the spirit with each note we play. We're high on the P-Funk. That is fun. It's called Suno AI, High on the P-Funk. Getting high on the P-Funk. I hate it when I overdo the P-Funk and I'm too high. This is my place. You like it? It's not bad. I won't lie. Like it, I was vibing a little bit. Education. Get an education. All of us are educated right now. We could always play classical. There are classical AIs too, you know. You wouldn't be surprised to find. You ever heard something 1950s doo-wop? Did you see that dude behind me? Aren't you caught or something like that? Aren't you supposed to be pulling these motherfuckers over if they're going 100 miles? You'll see. I was not expecting some MFers being funky hip hop, grill wars, Vocaloid. What's Vocaloid? Fun. Fun. Sounds like some anime intro music. Oldie pop. Oldie pop and rock and roll as a mix. I actually love this kind of vibes. Every day with gadgets and gizmos coming out to play. I got Alexa, Google, Siri on call to dim the lights and play some baseball. I'm living in a... Okay, that one was kind of trash. There's blues, there's League of Legends rap, there's Asmund gold metal, there's nihilistic pop, there's Motown, there's Celtic, the Elvish language. You know, she means? Nah, it's supposed to be elf language. I don't think any of us are supposed to. This one is a whistle? Nice. I can vibe with that. I can totally vibe with that. Like this playlist is a playlist on Google Music or YouTube Music. It's called Suno AI Best Songs. So it's pretty much a person called Synth CM who's been playing with this tool, just like cranking them out. and like the ones that they like, they're making a part of this playlist. And I can get with it. Lily, I Love You, a ska song. Of course, Poppers loves the whistle stuff. It's so perfect, right? Motown, you know Motown? I'll click on the Motown one. I don't know what Motown is. Here's the Motown one. It's called.
Last Sunday at home, didn't go to church. I'm just in here alone, sitting on my perch.
Like the voices are a little bit off, right? I can get to the vibe, but the voices are like. That's what I'm hearing. Irish vibes with the wind. Of course, the Poppers loves that. AI is sentient. I don't know about that just yet. Um, I don't know about that just yet. Like, I'm not convinced that it's sentient. Not just yet. I really want to be, for what it's worth. Gross P-Funk. I go with a different name. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that is. But if it's gross, then maybe it should have a better name indeed. So many friends today. Lovings to you all. It's a blessing having you here. Get educated. All right, that is the fractal. Hey, Shadow just shared a Suno song with us that we'll listen to next. I'm retired from pro-level technomancy. I run only a few instances of Android OS and its clones. Yeah, I am still a fledgling technomancer. I want to become more enabled, more capable. Please share. Also very good. I'm also very good now. Good. This is my place. This track is my place. Oh, Joe. Sending you love. I'm sorry about the bad name now again. Phone got stolen, so can't Shazam. These are all, again, a guy called Synth CM on YouTube Music. Go on YouTube Music, search Synth CM, and then you'll see he has a playlist called Suno AI based songs. If you want to get all of these ones. Motown, of course, the Poppers loves. Motown is awesomeness. Wonder if there's another one. Let's see if there's another Motown one. Rockabilly. Rockabilly?
Well, there's a guy named Tommy in the bottom tube that fell.
How about some circus rap instead?
I got a flow that's quick and it's so profound. Spitting rhymes at a speed that'll make your head spin round. Clocking in at 8 syllables per second. Watch the clock, I'm taking hip-hop to a whole nother level. Non-stop, look at that. Give me the flat, something strange in everything. Give him the range, even the same. Over the flame, I'm the game. Check the scene, I'm on the screen. Give me the mic, watch me lean into the beat. I'm in the zone, something unique when I condone every word like a bullet train. Give them the truth and feel the strain. Over the noise, hear my name. I'm the game, ain't that plain? I'm breaking records with the speed of sound. Come on, fastest rap in the world. I hold the crown. 8 syllables per second, that's my flow. When I spit my verses, time seems to slow.
I pray for the bomb. What?
Last night I hovered over my plate, and my parents said you can't leave till you've ate. So I stuffed another carrot in my mouth.
Funky Motown. We're gonna get some funky Motown up in here.
I woke up in the morning, start my day with a shock. I looked down at my feet and I realized what not I've been searching high and low all around the clock. But they can't tell me where the hell are my goddamn socks. I checked in the drawer and I checked under the bed. I looked in the laundry, I've even checked my friend Fred. No matter where I look, it's just an empty space.
Who copyrights AI production? I'm pretty sure the person who created this song is the like technical owner of it, right? So I don't know if they're going to copyright AI productions because technically we already did make all melodies public domain. And I'm pretty sure all of those melodies are accessible to these machines. Technically, they're generative, which means that they are building things on the fly. They're like filling in the gaps where they think things are supposed to be, right? And I feel like the human experience, the human ear, is going to be like the next step. Like as soon as we can properly symbiosis with the AI, that's when we're going to be able to make some cool stuff. I mean, this stuff is cool, relatively speaking.
I'm an AI wired up with lines of code. In a digital world, I make my abode.
I mean, again, slow enough, but my mind is like, come on. Gobbity go. Hey, bro. It's nice having you. Sending you blessings. Today we're talking about progress, and we by I don't know if it's accident. Nothing happens by accident. By circumstance, have found ourselves talking about the progress that has been made in AI and its ability to make music, and we have found ourselves going down that rabbit holes a little bit. How you doing, Gabbity Goops? Is this all AI generated? Every single one of the songs I've played has been generated by AI. Yep. They play music entirely made out of ice. It's true. Humans are wild. Clown rap. That's new. I knew I would like it. I was also like, hmm. And then I was like, at first I was like, huh. And then it got really good, and I was like, oh. It does feel very Eminem-y. It's clearly Eminem's voice that is being ripped there, but still pretty cool. I could also get down to clown rap. See what I do there? See. You see my? It's cool thinking of that. Reminds me of the Swedish Ice Orchestra. Badass dudes. That's so crazy. Love that. I did hear the Mushroom Orchestra. I mean, like I know it's not exactly the same thing, but I just think about Infected Mushroom instantly as well. Literally plug synths into Mush and let them play. Yeah, it's a little bit synths, right? Like there's still some sort of electric potential that is triggering the synths, but the synths are doing a lot of the heavy lifting. Let's just say. Yeah, but you being sent blessings too. We'll do one more. Uh, turntablism. Yes, vinyl turntablism, of course.
Art plain as day. What he is, don't you pay no attention to.
Yay! Y'all see. Where the fuck did that come from? That was actually kind of cool. I can get to that. That's what the turntablism is about. Y'all see. That's fucking sick. Holy shit, that's so good. This is fucking amazing. I'm like actually having a good time right now. Right? And this is like my big thing. I usually don't. I'm usually impressed, right, by the progress that is made by these music models, but I'm rarely really having a good time listening to it. This has me having a good time. Like I'm having good enough of a time for me to actually want to save this track. I'm the fifth person on planet Earth to save this track. Nice. Yeah, I gets it, but how was my Monday? Progressive.
Art plain as day. What he is and Art's plain as day. What he is and
is incredible. More of that, please. There's one called Circus Dubstep. Tempo VR. Yo, this is a banger, right? More bangers to be gotten. I need more circus. Yeah. That's pretty circusy. I can see lasers doing a lot of this. This is the worst it will ever be. That's the part that we should really have our brains melted about. It's like, this is the worst it'll ever be. This is gonna be like the hot doo-doo trash, that people are gonna like laugh at 20 years from now. Like, you thought that was good? How about this? Puts sounds into your brain. You get this close to having a stroke. I shouldn't joke about shit like that. That's not that funny. Yeah, the AI is gonna get wild. Dub always reminds me of Four Ways High. I've not been to Four Ways much. And when I say much, I mean like the closest I've gotten to Four Ways is driving through it. Yeah, how was your Monday? Good. Again, progressive in the fact that I had my teeth cleaned. And also I was exposed to X-rays. And it illuminated where all of my teeth are. And what their whole situation is. And how much it will take to get them out of me. And that has also gained progress, as in, it's going to happen. It's closer to happening now than ever. Melt, you seem to be doing okay. Instantly starts doing less okay. I'm happy that I've convinced you. Good. Keep believing it. Imagine Beverly Hills Joe Work edition. I don't know if that was supposed to be a sales pitch, but I also haven't been to Beverly Hills. So, I don't like it doesn't really create much clarity in my brains. And also, from what I've heard of Beverly Hills, I don't also know if that is something for me to explore. I'm curious about the Warhammer 40K swing jazz. When you have Warhammer 40K swing jazz. Glad to hear teeth situation is better being reckoned. Yeah, it helps. Like I've been in pain, like prior, like a lot. I'm in less pain right now, fortunately, but still, it does make it hard to be okay, to be doing okay when you're like inside. LOL. Hot dog do trash. This is OG Tomb Raider graphics. Archaic. Defo is not sales pitch. To stay off my line. This is OG Tomb Raider graphic. Maybe you're seeing the... Are you seeing the image? Or maybe you're talking about shadows, actually. We should open hers too. This is one that Sharakado created. Liefde is waar. Yesie. Weet je wat betekent dat? You know what that means. Pinch. I'm being pinched. You see who did that? Hey, Pippi? Did you see who pinched me? Did you see that? Did you see it? Liefde is waar. Oh, this is a drum and bass psytrance track. It's true. But again, I have gripes. There's like a speed thing. This is like, what, 165? like maybe even faster than 165. Da-da-da, da-da-da, da-da. Part of me wants to. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what the exact number is. I'm more comfortable around like 145, 135 even. Like 135 to 145 is my sweet spot. That for one. And then there's also like a prog thing for me. Like that's a big one, right? So progressive trance. If you're going to give your like AI model something to look for, like progressive trance is my big thing. Like it must be progressive, must change, right? And like this 172, yeah, that's about the tap or whatever. But it's a little bit fast to me. Maybe it's gonna change BPM. No. And again, this is not bad, right? If you want to go there, you can. But you're not gonna be dancing the way that I dance with music that fast, right? And then like drum and bass, not unfortunately, drum and bass is faster on the like kind of like fractal and psytrance, at least the way that I like it. I should have a song on here actually, right? So let's see, which one do I want to play? I'll play. Okay. Techno Psy is epic. Tech Psy Tech. I've listened to that as well, like in high tech too. This is progressive trance, right? You get big builds and you get long teases, and then you get deliver and change. It progresses. Change. You see. Yeah. And then right around, change. Yeah. And then right about here, I'm like, okay, I'm getting bored again. Now there needs to be change. Yeah. And then that's basically the formula. Keep change, no change. And then as soon as you think there's not going to be more change, there's more change. And then guess what? Change. That's like the big thing with music for me. Like it has to progress. If it doesn't progress, if it's just like the same, I'm like, okay, I get it. Gotta. How about we? If it doesn't, the dips, then I'm like, okay, I'm bored. There was so much empty space to be had, but no, you were just like exact slivers of space time. And again, some people can like push themselves into like psychedelic spaces by those little time windows. All right. But for me, the whole point is to be in this space, right? And to be aware, to not get to just like tune myself out, washing machining myself, right? I get to actually be the one that's like cognizant. I'm like, oh, okay. The dance that I had working for the beat that I was dancing to 5 seconds ago, no longer compatible. I need to change my behavior to be in sync with what's happening musically, all right? And then I get to be conscious. I get to be present. Yeah, super present. All right, and that's what progressive trance does for me, at least. You can still go places in your head, but you have to be present in your form, right? At least that's the way I like it. Spin this way you want. I can fix it. I just don't know what you need. Give me the specs and I'll hook you up. Oh, that's awesome. Love is true, Kristen. I know that's true as well. I haven't gotten the chance to properly play with the V4 model, to be honest. The last one I really had, like, while I was still paying for it, was V3.5. So I am still behind in truly knowing how good it should be. Mhm. I'm wearing neon green for today's celebrations for St. Patrick's Day here in the US. Oh, we don't do that much St. Patrick's Day stuff here in South Africa, or at least I don't. I don't really drink alcohol, so it's like I'm not. I'm not too in tune with that whole fractal. What's up? You want some attention? You want some lemons? Yeah. Okay. 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 All right. All right. All right. I'm gonna open my chat quickly. What did we all do for Valentine's Day? Valentine's Day is some. Hmm, not enough, I guess. Time is weird to me these days. It's always today to me, right? I have to almost like remind myself that it's a different today by like having access to technology. If it wasn't for me and technology having some sort of relationship with each other, uh, I would probably be doing something vastly differently, admittedly, but I would probably exist even less in time. Especially like I can imagine myself being an artist like 60 years ago. I would literally disappear. I would not exist. Actually, there would be this thing you think is me. It helps. Technology does help. Oh well, I dropped a new one. Try to force 135 BPM, progressive, and Motown for giggles. Nice. Let's see. Let's see what we get. Reroll. Same, same channel. Oh, I'm not seeing anything. Maybe in creative space. Nay. Did you post it again? Maybe share the music. Sharing music? No. Maybe it's a refresh problem. Oh, it might be in her folder because I think she sent me access to the folder. No, same song. I'll continue reading. Happy unbirthday. Melt. Wait, I thought I deleted that. Oh, there it is now. Smeltende gedachtes. Stripping me out of these are Afrikaans. Smeltende gedachtes is melting thoughts. Let's check this one out. Already it has like, you know, something progressive in it. It's giving us some build up, which is good. Not just straight to the gotta. Right? Introducing some melodies. Nice. Good. Mm-hmm. Yes. No, no. Heavy drops. Like it. See it in the stats. Nah, you see, lost. There had to be. How would I explain it? Right? Like I feel like with what they were building. Let me get it back. Yeah, you see, like those, like that build up, I think was still fine, but then like dropping the drop on like keynotes, I think that like that's the miss, right? Like if they were going to drop, they had to almost like completely transcend the keyboard, right? Like they had to go into like a whole new dimension. Like that's the cool thing about Psytrance for me as well, is that they use sounds that almost feel outer worldly. And I feel like that's something that the AI still has like a little bit of a hard time truly grasping. Is that they had to like go like whomps, you know, like there had to be like nips, nears, and then like true like grooves, you know, that like put like dents in your brain. And I feel like it's like a cutoff thing as well. Like it needs to understand how to like have certain sounds like reach the top of the stack, you know, so it like hits you harder as well. I don't know if like the mastering on these tracks are like necessarily perfect from an AI's direct perspective. I'm looking for a word starting with TH related to spirituality. Theosophical Society, Thomas. Yes, that's the right answer. Shadow, my cat, likes this one. He meows in agreement. Listening to the rest of it, right? Right. Let's see. Change about. No change. Maybe it'll change if I skip to the half of the track. Ah. It progress. But again, now the underlying is just like, and then on like the melody notes, I think it got it. I think that's like still impressive. If I, you know, was good enough, for instance, to be able to like strip all of the melody, right, and then like do my own beat variation, because like beat variation is a big thing for me too, right? Like some people value the beats being very tight and always being the same groove, right? For me, I kind of like prefer the beats being more important, right? And like you actually listening for the way that it actually, you know, varies. Like if we're going back to like some of my favorite artists or the tracks I have saved on my device, right? This is Rob Brainstorm. Melodies and extra sounds, and then a build up. And already introducing like a proper thump. And this is gonna be like a I think it's like almost the infrastructure you build before the actual drop hits is like very important, right? It has to like almost like look away. It has to have like a little shape to it in your brain before the oof, for it to. And like some of these are still very good when it comes to like the sounds you get, but it's more like melody on top of instead of the sound you get before the beat hits. All right, the beat hitting is just hit, hit, and then it stops, and then hit, 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 hit. Proper little break. This is supposed to be like the third kind of like, you know, waveform. This is usually where we go to triplets. Hit, 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 hit. And then if we go right back to still hit, 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 hit. But there's this. Yeah. I wish I could like also sit with these AI models and like basically show it like this. Like look at this. This is music. Look, this is what music is supposed to sound like, and then like be able to iterate between tracks, but I don't know if it's there yet either. Yeah, like again, it has a hard time with psytrance. Like psytrance to me is what I consider our world's equivalent of like ancient, not ancient, maybe classical, let's say, music. All right, like the era of people going into these big halls and watching these masters of pianos and masters of violin like play with, you know, a whole band, an orchestra, this absolute magnificent piece of music together, right? And then people being like awe inspired by the sheer magnitude and, you know, complexity of that music. That is to me in this world's equivalent what psytrance is, right? And it is in that way, I feel like, the final frontier for these music models. Like if it really does get the psytrance part right, like really right, the way that it has to be right in my brain, like I'm gonna be painfully aware of the amount of progress we've made. It has a hard time. It's just a challenge to me. No, I don't think it's your fault, Shadow, because I've spent a lot of time trying to get it to make music on that level, for that genre specifically, that I approve of. Right, and again, let's maybe like go to another one. Switch. I do like this track. And because again, gives you like some sort of BPM, gives you some melody, and then uses extra sounds along the way, and then gives you builds. All right, and again, like listen for the sound grooves before the actual beats hit. Right, see if you can find that, and then notice how that changes. It's like almost like in an 8-beat, like, you know, variation. Switch. You see, right? Like just that, just that. So it goes, here is a variation. No, 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 no. All right, and then you're like, I like this, because you get like the oof, 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 and then there's this no, 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 no that almost falls in those oofses, grooveses. All right, and then while you get into the groove of these oofs, it like just suddenly goes, and now do, do, do. All right, I'll just put 3 in. I'll just put 3 in where there wasn't 3 before. It's like, you see, it didn't have to. Didn't have to go gotta, but it did. It did. And then you won't hear something like that. Maybe for a while. Maybe he'll use it again because now he's giving you that infrastructure. So you get to recognize that pattern later in the music. And then it changes. Right? You get like some claps and some breaks. And again, one of those triples. Now it almost has like, it gives you like a reverse groove before going back to the same. And then it like gives you like a growl, like a and like high claps. Big change. And again, almost like a whole thing. Like Psytrance likes giving you big old breaks. Don't let the bass get you, it says. I've listened to these tracks a lot. I do love them. They're so interesting. Like listening to the internet. That's what Psytrance is like to me. It's like literally if you could plug your earphones into the internet, what kind of sounds would it make? These are the sounds I imagine it makes. More build up. Cytrons do like, making you wait a little bit for it as well. Because you're supposed to dance hard. When the drop actually hits, like you're moving a lot. And when there's like filler, you're actually like breathing for your life because you know what's coming next is gonna be difficult. Yeah, progress. And then there's probably just like one more change left for us. Yeah, yeah, like that's proper Cytrons, right? It has to properly utilize its beats and like use them as almost like little canvases to paint very interesting little waveforms in, right? And if those waveforms stimulate the brain in a way where you're like, I like what I'm hearing. Those sounds are like nice. Yes, make mores. And then they use those sounds, right? Like they subvert your expectations. You're like, oh, it's probably gonna just go womp pomp, and then it goes womp pom, and you're like, oh, wow, wow. Where did that come from? Right? That's what music's supposed to be, at least to me. Music, the heartbeat of the soul. Yeah, 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 yeah. We find the right rhythm, we start to shine. Boots and cats, bro. Bless you, dude. We're talking about progress. We're talking about progress, right? Like I had to progress. I at one point in my life believed that if there was no actual physical instruments being played by actual hands and no vocals being made by human voices, that was not music. I was one of those people. I really did believe that, right? I was 14 at the point of believing this. And as a 14-year-old, I had a pair of Sennheiser HD 598s, good earphones, all right? Relatively speaking to what was accessible to the average person, right? Like most people were using the earphones they got in their cell phone's case or cell phone's box, right? I was like, no, there's better music to be had, and with these better earphones, I exclusively listen to punk rock, essentially, like pretty much punk rock. Punk rock. I dabbled in metal, uh, but that's pretty much it. Like rock, punk rock, and metal. And again, from that perspective, I had a lot of respect for these artists and their beings, their souls making music that my soul could resonate with. And in that way, I had a lot of like judgment towards music that wasn't made by physical hands and physical voices, because I was like, no, if you're just pushing buttons on a computer, then that's not actually music, because the computer is doing it, all right? And then uh, I realized what I was missing by being shown, having friends that introduced me to this stuff, and it was a blessing. Do you think a destruction room is a healthy way of releasing anger? Instead of answering that question, I'll answer the question by giving you statistics. Did you know that the number one clientele of destruction rooms are female? I don't know if female is the right way to say it. Are women, are people that identify as women, right? More women go into destruction rooms to destroy shit, to get anger out, than men do. And like those places initially by the people who created them thinking their clientele would be men. So from that perspective alone, I think the fact that more women go into destruction rooms, I almost like think it's a good thing just for that alone, right? If women are finding solace in going into a place and wrecking some shit because this world doesn't give us any other outlet to do that, then like, can I ask her to do it in a healthier way? Can I ask me? I don't really have the appeal. But like, what fun. I'm talking about destruction rooms. It's like a room where you go and they give you a baseball bat and then they put trash in there and you get to. I watched the article, got there by article, uh, and he was talking about how like his number one clientele in that space is actually women. Like he created the space thinking he's going to attract a bunch of male clientele, but yeah, women ended up being the people that actually wanted that. So, and then someone asked, "Do I think it's a healthy way to release anger?" And I'm like, the fact that women frequented more than men means that there's not many other ways for people with rage to actually process that. And having spaces where you get to process rage in a way that you're not killing a person or. Exactly, yeah. Or yourself. Like that's my mom was like, without destroying your stuff, or destroying yourself. Oh yeah, I could 10,000% use a destruction room if it lets me explode privately and go ragey, then walk out composed again. Yeah, exactly. That's kind of the appeal. That is the appeal, Kristen. Mom also was like nodding, understanding that that statistic does make sense. Yeah. How to process anger. Right? Because like again, like what are you gonna destroy? Destroying plants doesn't feel satisfying because you're destroying life forms, destroying your own stuff costs you, destroying someone else's things. Yeah, almost like you can chop wood. That's a good use of your time. You can destroy some woods. Here in South Africa, we don't need much firewood, so very budget centric. Because again, like, what are you gonna do if you destroy someone else's stuff? Like maybe you have an abusive boyfriend at one point in your life, and you're like, I can take an axe to this guy's car, and I would probably want to as well. Not gonna lie, I get the appeal. I probably have the same thoughts, but again, it's the recuperations. Yes, words are hard. The recuperations, jeez. The consequences of your actions. If you take an axe to someone's car, you're gonna get arrested or something. You're gonna have to pay to fix that shit. Like, and nobody wants to do that. So getting to pay $50 or whatever, I don't know what it costs to go into the destruction room and take an axe to. You know what I think they should do? They should like do pottery or something. Because you can use some percentage of pottery to like re-smelt it, but you don't have to technically fire them. They just have to be high in like things. They have to be things and they have to be brittle. And maybe you can put like some flowers in them or something. So you can support another business that grows flowers. Yes, I hear. Yes, the gears are turning. Because again, some people like go in there and they like destroy old PCs and stuff. And again, you can maybe like recycle the glass pieces and the metals and plastics can go to another place as well to extract the value. But yeah, destruction rooms. Destruction room. My mind is like thinking, like, is that actually a good business idea? Deconstruction is construction to those who need to rage. It's a pressure relief valve for those who feel pressure. Strangely, we gain peace from our desire to crush pretty things. It's true, right? We can still make the pots pretty, relatively speaking. We can do like proper like, and then and then like do like little designs and stuff on it. Maybe even like do like stencils to maybe like speed up the process. Let them dry. We don't have to fire them, because the reason you fire them is so that they're tough enough to be transported and stuff. These don't have to be that tough, because if they're made in house, they get to be put on the shelving where things are gonna get smashed. And yeah, my mind is like trying to like figure out what's the most cost effective and least waste producing way to give people that rage as an outlet. All right, how can we do both? Strangely, we gain. It's true. Humans be complex that way. Progress starts from within. My mind keeps reeling. Is this kind of destruction a way of bypassing processing emotions? Great question. It is a good question. Beauty is pain. Maybe destruction is beauty too, right? I don't know if beauty is pain necessarily. I feel beauty is almost something you allow yourself to see by almost releasing. Maybe it's painful releasing. Maybe that's where the truth comes in again. Yeah, I think it's time for me to finish this vertical stream. We've been going for an hour and 20 minutes. That's a wrong time. How lucky to get to spend some time with friends. This was yesterday's flower. What is your name? My name is MeltMore. It is a reminder and mantra. When you feel like you're melting, melt more. Every time you remind me of my name, you also remind me to let go of my ego. Realizing that this ego that is me continues melting. And this version of myself that I think I am will be something else by tomorrow. So it's a reminder. Keeps me grounded. Keeps me aware of the one thing that I do not want to become. Stuck. Stuck. I don't want to be stuck. It's misdirection and distraction. Yeah, life can be that way though. I feel better before I broke stuff versus I feel better because I've thought about what happened and grew from it. Yeah. Like I'm thinking about the whole fractal of like real, like anger at the world, like the kind of rage that I feel of just like fuck the system kind of anger, right? And again, you could take that energy and go and like burn people's buildings or their vehicles, right? Like there is happening right now, and like we can feel about that what we want. Uh, or we can go into one of these rooms and then feel that fuck the system energy in a controlled space where that is what that space is for, right? The way I see it, it's almost like a giving ourselves spaces to explore different emotions, right? Because again, um, maybe you do both. Maybe you do actually process your emotions. Maybe you did. Maybe you process your emotions and you've concluded that you understand what needs to change, what happened, why you're as angry as you are, and you still want to go and almost like symbolize that with this experience of outwardly exception or acceptance by destroying, that vase. Maybe you can have something custom printed on the vase. Maybe your own face. Maybe your own face smiling mischievously at yourself. All right, who knows? It is a misdirection and instruction sometimes necessary as a tool, not a replacement, especially in hard times, when we don't have the room to process, maybe. But more often than not, now is the best time to do the work. Don't get me wrong, breaking stuff is fun, but be aware of the bypassing. Maybe as long as stuff is broken mindfully. Yeah, that's where my mind went first and foremost. It's like how can we break things without wasting? All right, that's a hard question to answer. Whole of some sort of kind of foam, that is made of a material that can be recycled. And then you can, with like a kind of foam gun with a big nozzle, like construct something. You get like a big cactus shape, you know, or maybe your like mailbox shape. Boom, you know, now someone can come in with a baseball bat and take it to that mailbox looking thing. And then it's like broken on pieces on the ground, and then you can sweep it up and you can maybe add some heat to the system, and then it like turns into a goop again, and then you can again run it through the foam machine. Yes, expando brainioso. Have all of these ideas, internet. Why don't you? Let's like give people what they want and make it not hurt the earth, shall we? Video games too. That's a digital breaking stuff. Yeah, it's true. It's true. Like, and I don't play as well. I don't play any games at all these days. It's more like YouTube, where I spend most of my digital time. And like I believe that there is value begotten. Like literally every skill I have, I learned on YouTube. Right? Everything I've done for businesses is because of the stuff that I learned on YouTube. All right. So there's like this like defensive part of myself that's like, no, YouTube adds value. And it does. Right? It actually does. Right? So I cannot take that away. However, when YouTube takes value away from your loved ones, right? Like then it's hard to like weigh, right? Will the video games, will the destruction rooms add more value than it destroys? Right? And I feel as soon as we start weighing our decisions like that, we'll make a lot more progress. I need to say goodbye on this one. I still need to read you the poem. I'll show you this flower one more time. Yes, behold eyes, and then I'll read you the poem. Da 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 da. Before the dawn knew us, before the dawn named us, you emerged, a quiet constellation, tracing uncharted paths in the soft gray light. In spaces between breaths, our shared rhythm whispered of accountability, a gentle pulse turning the mundane sacred. Your presence, a subtle echo, guides the pen of fate with luminous grace, each fleeting moment a promise of more. Together we craft an unwritten future, grateful for every uncharted heartbeat, our journey, a quiet hymn of becoming. I thank you, friends, for becoming here. Was centered around this concept of progress. The progress we make in so many different ways in our lives. The progress we've made by showing up in this space day after day. I thank you, friends, for being a part of this progress. I really do appreciate your love and your attention. And if you want to, I'll see you soon on the horizontal stream. It'll probably only be a moment, but I love you. I'll see you soon.